Hi. How's music? Hey, Glennis. Grab my water, friends. Can you hear me talking? Can we hear music now? Can we still hear music? Yes or no? My phone's pretty much as loud as it goes. Alright, we're gonna try music via Bluetooth. Thanks, Vanessa. Are we okay on volume now? Okay. Volume good? Too loud? Too soft? Alright, I haven't heard anything else, so I think we're okay. Okay, Glenna says she can hear it now. If you guys want it louder, you just tell me. Alright, well, welcome, friends. So that we're finally able to have yoga with me, Elizabeth. If you've taken this class before, so glad you're back. If you haven't, welcome. And there's a loud song. But we're going to have to play the volume a little bit tonight. That's okay. All right, so let's get started. We can either choose to lie down on our backs on our mat. We can choose to be staying seated, maybe closing those eyes. Or if we'd like, we can start in child's pose. Letting our forehead rest on our mat. We can close our eyes and just begin to breathe. Nice inhale and exhale. Allowing our stresses to fall away as we focus solely on our breath. Feeling the body relax from our heads, through the body, all the way down to our toes. Feeling the inhale and the exhale. Taking a deep breath in, really starting to fill from our stomach, just like a balloon, continuing that breath all the way to our chest. And as we exhale out, maybe just let it out through the mouth, a little sigh. Again, deep breath in and exhaling out. One more time, deep breath in and exhaling out. Bringing ourselves back to a gentle breath. And if we have an intention for tonight's practice, we can set this now. It might be a word or a feeling that we'd like to focus on throughout tonight's practice. Maybe something as patience, if this is our first time, or generosity, kindness, compassion. It might even be a word or a thought for someone else, or just the world in general. We'll work to focus on our intention throughout tonight's practice. We remind ourselves that we've stepped into our space, whether it's our mat, maybe no mat, could just be a towel or something else. We're here for ourselves, just to be here in the present moment. Now, no longer needing to worry about the past or thinking about the future. Just the here and the now. We're going to let go of worry, judgment, competition, or we might be practicing with others. Letting go of those things. We find that we're in a seated position or maybe in child's pose. Let's go ahead and make our way down to our backs. We can inhale, reaching overhead to take a total body stretch. And with an exhale, bring the knees to the chest for a nice little hug. Maybe choosing to rock a little side to side here. Gently massaging our spine. We inhale, reaching the arms and the legs out. And exhale, we're bringing just our right leg in this time. Maybe choosing to roll out the ankle here. And going the other way if we'd like. Inhale, reaching arms and leg out again. And exhale, bringing the left leg in. Again, maybe choosing to roll out the ankle here, gain out some of those crunchies. And going the other way. Inhale, extending arms and leg out. And exhale, we draw both knees towards our chest, bringing them in for a nice little hug. Always have the option to wrap around the backs of the legs, giving a little less knee strain there. Rock side to side again if we'd like. We'll pause here in the middle, bringing our arms up to the sides at a T position. With an exhale, letting our knees fall to the left side as we press the right shoulder towards the floor. Feeling that nice twist into our spine. And maybe choosing to continue that twist by turning our head towards the right side. Taking nice deep breaths. Inhale, bringing ourselves back to the middle. And with an exhale, letting the knees fall to the right side this time. Left shoulder pressing towards the floor. Maybe choosing to take that twist into our neck by looking over to the left side. Deep breaths here. Inhale, coming back to the middle. Maybe choosing to hug those legs again if we'd like. From here, we're going to bring our feet to the mat, our hands coming palms facing down next to our hips. Go ahead and line those knees right up with the hips, and then our heels are about 4 to 6 inches from our butts. With an inhale, we're going to squeeze our glutes, lifting our hips up to bring our weight onto our shoulder blades into a nice low bridge. And then exhale to lower down. Inhale up. Exhale down. A couple more times to that little flow. Inhale to lift and squeeze. Exhale, lowering down. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last time, inhale up. And this time as we lower down, we're going to slide our hands right underneath our hips to make a nice little diamond shape. We're going to bring our knees back to our chest. From here, we're going to make little circles with our knees. We can choose to move them together or maybe individually, whatever feels comfortable for you. Just gently opening up the hips here. Continuing to breathe. Going the opposite direction. From here, we're going to pause in the middle, sliding our hands out from underneath our hips. And when we're ready, we can choose to roll to one side using that top hand to push us up, or maybe choosing to rock ourselves up to a seated position. And we're going to go ahead and make our way over to a tabletop. So our hands are going to be right underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips, pulling our belly buttons towards our backs. We exhale to push the breath out, rounding through the shoulders to the top of the head to find our cat pose. We inhale, reaching that chest forward, flipping the sit bones up, finding our cow. Exhale, rounding into cat. And inhale, moving into cow. And here we can choose to move with our own natural breath, flowing between each pose. Feeling that space forming between each vertebrae of our spine. And as we continue to breathe, feel our mind's eye beginning to open, clarity finding its way in. Blowing a few more times between each pose. Bringing ourselves to our tabletop. We'll exhale to stick to our heels, finding our child's pose. Our forehead can rest on our mat, or maybe choosing to rest it on our hands. If we have a yoga block, we can also utilize that here. Maybe resting our forehead on our block, or for some added support, we can go ahead and add it underneath our tush. Allow ourselves to relax here, letting go. Just taking those deep breaths in our child's pose. Feel that grounding energy as we release what no longer serves us back into the earth. When we're ready, we're going to inhale, coming back up to our tabletop. Working on some spinal balance here. We have the option to work just the legs, just the arms, or both together. So we're going to reach our right foot back, really pushing energy through the heel, flexing that foot. And then with our opposite hand, with our left arm, we're going to reach it forward, almost as if we were shaking someone's hand, creating a line from our fingertips to our toes. And then we exhale with control, working arm and leg together, back to where we started. Inhale, reaching opposite side. Exhale, coming in. Noticing that we're moving one breath to one movement, as we did with our cat and cow. So we inhale on the reach. Exhale, coming in. And as we transition between each side, we're going to imagine that we're balancing a glass of water on the small of our back. So that's why we're not working to do this kind of funky arch thing. We want to keep it all one long line. Let's go one more on each side. And with an exhale, we can release back to our child's pose. If at any point tonight we feel that we need to do too much rest, child's pose is always a great option. We're going to inhale, coming back up to tabletop. And now we're going to move into a kneeling plank. So we're going to go ahead and drop those hips, kind of bringing our shoulders over our wrists. And we're going to move through just a little half kneeling series. We're going to keep the elbows tight as we exhale to lower down. Rolling those shoulders back and down. Inhale, small cobra lift. And then exhale, pushing back to our child's pose. Inhale forward again to our kneeling plank. Exhale, lowering down. Shoulders roll back and down, little cobra lift. Exhale back to child's pose. One more time. Inhale forward, kneeling plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, small cobra lift. Exhale, child's pose. And we'll inhale forward. We're going to tuck those toes, finding a nice full plank. Feeling that line from the crown of our head all the way out through our tailbone. And with an exhale, we're going to lift those hips into a nice downward facing dog. We can have a slight bend in those knees so that we can push those hips up towards the ceiling, pressing through all parts of our hands and pushing those shoulders away from our ears. If we'd like, we can alternate our heels to the floor, taking that stretch into the backs of the legs and into our calves. We're going to stay connected to our breath. From here, we're going to press both heels towards the floor. Again, lift those hips. Nice downward dog. From here, we're going to look to our hands. We're going to walk our feet towards our hands. And when we're ready, slowly rolling up all the way to standing, working through each vertebrae of our spine. Now I have to adjust the camera because we are standing. Okay. Now we're at the tops of our mats. Feet are hip distance apart. Palms facing forward, really stacking those shoulders over the hips, finding mountain pose. We're just going to focus on the breath here. So we're going to fill that stomach as we inhale. Exhale, release the breath. We'll inhale, reaching our arms overhead. Exhale, hands coming to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale through. Inhale up. Exhaling to heart center. From here, we inhale up. Exhale, forward fold, arms coming out to the sides. Soft knees as we lower towards the earth. And slowly rolling up, working through each vertebrae of our spine here. Taking our time. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Rolling ourselves up. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Rolling up. Adding on a little bit to our series here. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Hands will come to the shins or to our thighs. Exhale, release. Rolling up. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Hands to the shins or the thighs. Exhale, release here. Continuing to roll up through each vertebrae, or we can scoop those arms out to the sides. These are glutes. From here, we're going to push the hips back, exhaling into a chair pose. Inhale, squeeze the glutes, arms swinging up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to release. Rolling up, or taking that reverse swan dive. Exhale, coming to chair. Inhale, squeezing it up. Exhale, forward fold. And we're just going to release here at the bottom. Neck and shoulders can relax. Soft. Maybe swinging side to side. Grabbing the elbows. Letting that spine hang long. And when we're ready, we'll slowly roll up to a nice standing position. We're going to get ready to move through sun salutations. So if you're familiar with this, feel free to move at your own pace. Otherwise, you can come along with me. As we've been doing, we're going to inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Stepping our right foot back to a lunge. We step our left foot back to our downward dog. Inhale, come to our plank or option to come to kneeling plank. Exhale, elbows stay tight as we lower it down. Inhale, lift, high cobra or up dog. Exhale, back to our downward. Over to our lunge. Right foot coming to meet. Inhale, squeezing those arms up. Exhale, coming to chair. We're going to move through that a few times, alternating our legs. Exhale, forward fold. Left foot steps back to our lunge this time. Right foot stepping back to downward. Over to plank or kneeling plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot comes to meet. Inhale, up. Exhale, chair. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot stepping back to lunge. Left foot steps back to downward. Forward to plank or kneeling plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot stepping forward to our lunge. Left foot to meet. Inhale, up. Exhale, chair. Last time. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Left foot stepping back to our lunge. Right foot back to downward dog. Plank or kneeling plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot stepping forward to our lunge. Left foot coming to meet. Inhale, up. Exhale, holding here in chair. Option to bring hands to heart center. Taking a few moments to focus on our breath. Inhale, lifting the arms up, straightening those legs. Exhale, release. Awesome. Take it out a little bit. Maybe get a sip of water. Take off any layers we might need to. We'll get ready to move into our belly one. Apparently I froze. Okay, apparently we're back. Sorry about that. Hopefully you got a sip of water. All right. Move through our warm-up. We're going to stretch it out just a little bit before we move into our warrior sequencing. Let's go ahead and stand hips distance apart. Okay, I think we're okay. I'll actually face you guys for this part. So our feet are hip distance apart. We're going to inhale those arms up. And then exhale, we turn the palms face away from each other, opening that chest nice and wide. Almost think of having like a big beach ball behind us. And then slightly lifting that chin towards the ceiling. If it's within our practice, we can take this a little bit deeper. Interlacing those hands and extending from the shoulders first before straightening out those arms. Continuing to lift up towards the ceiling. We can exhale, release. Go ahead and roll out those shoulders. Maybe choosing to go the other way. Good. All right. Moving into lateral side bends. Since this is a side-to-side motion, I'm going to face you so you can accurately see how this is supposed to go. So we have our feet just under hip distance apart, a little bit closer than before. Standing nice and tall, shoulders stacked over our hips. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, we're going to bring our right arm down. Might be opposite of camera looking at you. Inhale, stretching opposite ways. Left arm reaching up, right arm reaching down. And then as we exhale, we're going to reach over towards the right side, really pushing through all four corners of our feet. You can add some arm variations here if we'd like. Come into the hip for support. Maybe choosing to reach out to the side as a test of strength. Whatever feels comfortable for you. We inhale, coming back up to the middle. And exhale, letting that left arm float down. Inhale, stretching opposite directions with those hands. And then exhale, side bend, reaching towards that left side, feeling the stretch alongside the right. Pushing through those feet. Maybe adding in that arm variation here at the hip for support or out to the side for strength. Again, what feels comfortable for you. This is your practice tonight. Inhale, coming back up to the middle. Exhale, release. Letting our warm up go. Bringing it ready to move into kind of the bigger part of class. You might find that you need to quicken the pace of your breath. And just check in with that. That's the most important part of our practice tonight. Ultimately, our breath. The reason I face this way, again, is so that you guys can see the proper alignment when it comes to the stuff, rather when I'm facing you, you can actually see the direction that I'm facing. We're going to come back to our mountain pose. Our feet are hip width apart. We're going to inhale up and exhale, forward fold. Taking just a little moment here to hang and release. Maybe swaying side to side again. And from where we are, let's go ahead and bring those hands to the mat and step back to our downward facing dog. Really find that position. Keep soft knees here to push those hands, lifting those hips up. Maybe pedaling out those calves into play. As I mentioned before, if you feel that you need to rest, downward dog is a good option, or maybe you're coming back to child's pose. Let's practice our little yoga flow a few times. We've already kind of done this in our sun salutations, but we'll use this to transition into today's class. We're going to inhale forward to our plank or kneeling plank as we've done before. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, downward dog. That right there is our yoga flow. Maybe you're choosing inhale forward to plank. Maybe it's kneeling plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, downward dog. Holding here for a couple of breaths. Gonna find us. There we go. All right. Michaela, I know you're a little sick of three-legged dog, but we got to do it for our new. Let's inhale that right leg up towards the ceiling. We exhale, bringing our knee towards our chest, trying to bring that weight over our hands. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale up. We flex that foot, bend and pull the heel to the butt, and almost open that knee to the side. Stretching out the hip here. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale up, flexing that foot, bending the knee, pointing heel to the butt to open up the hip. Don't forget to push that right heel towards the floor. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, bring that knee towards this chest and stuff that foot between our hands, having a little lunge. This is where we might find that we need a yoga block, maybe a shoe box, maybe a step stool, whatever you've got in the house that can help out. Stack it under that left hand. I have multiple heights on my yoga block. So that can work as well for a shoe box. And as we've come into our low lunge here, let's go ahead and drop that left knee down. Allowing those hips sink forward just a little bit. Feeling that stretch in our left hip. And we're going to get ready to twist. We have the option to stay here with our knee down, or we can tuck those toes to come back up to our low lunge. I'm going to stay down just because my hips are a little tight. It's been like 2 weeks since I've done yoga. Might be the same for you. So we're going to plant our left hand to the mat or block. You always have the option to take fist for wrist as well. Inhale, pulling that belly button towards our spine. And then we're going to exhale, twist towards our right leg. That hand can come to our hip, or maybe choosing to reach up and roll out the wrist if we like. We can come back to the middle. We've got our knee down. Let's tuck those left toes under. And coming back to our low lunge. We're going to inhale, straightening that right leg, working to keep both hips pointed towards the front of the mat. So if you feel like you're opening up, you need to turn that left hip and drop it down. Exhale, lowering down to our low lunge. Inhale, straighten again. Exhale, lower down. And from here, we're going to work to stand up to our warrior one position. So we're going to go ahead and scoot that left foot in, bending into the right leg. And our left foot's going to be at a 45-degree angle from the side of our mat. So for some of us, like I have a really tight left calf, so I tend to have to shorten my stance a little bit with this. But some of us might be able to come nice and wide. The main thing here is to still keep the hips pointing towards the front of our mat, stacking that right knee over our right ankle. Arms can come up as we press those shoulders down. Or if we're taking care of shoulders today, option to be at heart center. Inhale, straightening that right leg. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. We're going to hold here for 3 breaths. Really focusing on that breath. Maybe you notice that it's quick and pace. On our next inhale, we're going to straighten that right leg. And we're going to turn our left foot so it's perpendicular. We're at a 90-degree angle. We're going to line up our right heel to the middle of the arch of our left foot. Arms are front and back, and we're gazing past the middle tip of our middle finger. Check that we're pushing that right knee towards our pinky toe. Inhale, straighten the arms with the leg. Exhale, lower down. Feeling those hips starting to open up. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down, holding here. Flipping that right palm up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reaching up into reverse warrior. Our left arm is just resting on our left leg. There's no weight. We're looking up at our fingertips. We're back at our left toes. Breathing here, feeling that strength building in those legs. We're going to inhale, moving through warrior 2. Bending into that right leg, bringing the right elbow to the thigh, and reaching that left arm up, stacking that shoulder on top of the right. This is side angle. Or we can continue to lower ourselves towards the earth, reaching that arm over into extended side angle. And inhale up, taking a short break. Just going to check becoming confident. Good. All right. Exhale, coming back down to warrior 2 again. Right palm flips. Inhale, finding reverse warrior one more time. Breathing here. Optional half bind. Trying to wrap fingertips to the front of our right hip. Inhale, moving through warrior 2. Exhale, bending into that right leg. Elbow coming down, reaching up for side ankle. We're trying to lower towards the ground, creating more strength. Nice long line for extended side ankle. If your legs are shaking, it means they're working. It's a good thing. And inhale, come up, straighten the right leg. We're going to move into triangle. So you might find that we need our block or whatever kind of prop we're using for tonight and placing it on the inside of our right foot. As we were before, arms front and back, we're going to push the weight into our left hip. Reaching that right arm over our right leg. We drop the right arm to our prop or to our leg, maybe the mat. Stacking that left shoulder on top of the right to find our triangle pose. Almost feel like you're pulling your left hip back and being pressed flat up against a wall here. Continuing to breathe, feeling that stretch in our inner thigh. And from here, we're going to exhale, forward fold, moving into our low lunge. Maybe choosing to still use our prop, or if we no longer need it, we can place it off to the side. We're going to drop our left knee down again, letting those hips push forward. And if this is a deep enough stretch, we can stay right here. Maybe we're going to choose to walk that right foot to the outside edge of our mat. The right arm comes on the inside. You can even roll to the outside of our foot, making that stretch to the inner thigh there. Some of us might be able to move down to our elbows, to the block, or to the mat. You're more than welcome to take that stretch as well. Walking our foot back to the middle as hands come on either side, left toe stepping under, back to our low lunge. With a big exhale, we're going to step the left foot to meet the right. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, pushing the hips back, finding our chair. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back into our downward dog. We're going to go ahead and practice our yoga flow a few times on our own. We're choosing to rest in downward dog or child's pose. Our yoga flow again is inhale forward to plank or kneeling plank. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, downward dog. Moving with our breath a few times through that. Or maybe we're resting in downward dog or child's pose. Maybe flowing one more time, taking a couple more breaths. In whatever resting pose we're in. And when we're ready, let's go ahead and find our downward facing dog if we're not already there. You're ready to move into three-legged dog. Inhale that left leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring that knee to the chest and transferring the weight over the hands. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale up, flexing the foot, bending the knee, pointing heel to the butt to open up the hip. Trying to push that right heel towards the floor. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, up. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, up, flexing the foot, bending the knee, heel to the butt, opening up the hip. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower down. Inhale that left leg up again one more time. Exhale, bringing that knee towards the chest and stepping that foot between our hands. Finding our low lunge. Adjusting here as you need. We're bringing that prop into play. Trying to stack that left knee over our left ankle, a nice 90 degrees here. You can always take fists for wrists as well. And with an exhale, we'll lower that right knee down, letting the hips sink forward. Stay connected to that breath. We can choose to stay here, come back up to our low lunge as we get ready to twist. So we're going to plant our right hand to the mat or block. Inhale, lengthen that spine. And then turn towards the left leg. I'm going to switch legs just so you guys can see real quick. So I lengthened, and then I twisted. My hand can come to the hip, or maybe I'm reaching up towards the ceiling, adding a wrist roll here if I'd like. And maybe going the other way. I'm just going to switch back to my left leg. We can bring ourselves back to the middle and go ahead and tuck the right toe under, coming back up to our low lunge. Maybe using that block here if we'd like. We're going to inhale, straighten the left leg, keeping both hips pointed towards the front of the mat. Feeling that stretch along the back side of the left leg. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower down. And when we're ready, we're going to stand up for our warrior one. So bringing that right foot in, finding that 45-degree angle side of our mat. Hips pointed towards the front. Trying to stack that left knee over our left ankle. Arms coming up, shoulders pressing down. Also have the option to be at heart center. Feeling that core pulling up and in. I say sometimes almost like zipping up your pants. Keeping it nice and strong. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down, holding here for 3 breaths. Maybe feeling some fatigue in those shoulders or coming down the heart center. Whatever feels comfortable. Inhale up and turning that right foot so that we're perpendicular to our warrior two. Wanting that left heel up to the middle of the arch of our right foot. That left knee pushing towards our pinky toes. Arms front and back as we look past our left hand. Inhale up, straightening the left leg. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down, holding here. Being strong like a warrior in our warrior two. Turning that left palm up towards the ceiling and inhale to reach, finding reverse warrior. No weight in our right arm as it rests on our back leg. Looking up at our fingertips or back at our toes. Continuing to breathe. Inhale, moving through warrior two. And exhale, bringing the elbow to the thigh as we find our side angle. Reaching the right fingertips high towards the ceiling. And maybe we're working the lower a little bit more towards the ground, increasing the line to extended side angle. Inhale, coming up, straightening that leg for a short rest. Nice cleansing breath here if we need it. Exhale, coming back down to warrior two when we're ready. Left palm flips again. Inhale, reverse warrior one more time. Optional half bind, working those right fingertips towards the front of our left hip. So that open position. Inhale, moving through warrior two. Exhale, coming back down to side angle or extended side angle. Inhale, coming up and straightening that left leg. Getting ready to move into our triangle. So maybe grabbing our prop and moving it to the inside of our left foot. Left leg is straight. Arms are front and back. And that weight into our right hip. Inhale, reaching over the left leg. Exhale, dropping down, stacking that right shoulder on top of the left. Then that stretch in our inner thigh. And almost as if we're being pushed between two pieces of glass. Continuing to breathe. With an exhale, folding over our left leg, coming back into our low lunge. here. We're going to drop that right knee down again, letting those hips sink forward. Again, maybe this is a good enough stretch for us. We'll stay right here. Otherwise, we can choose to walk that left foot to the outside edge, bringing our left arm on the inside. Maybe choosing to roll to the outside of that left foot, taking that stretch a little bit more into the inner thigh. Going back to the middle with our foot, bringing hands on either side. Right toes tucking under to go back to our low lunge. With an exhale, we'll step our right foot to meet our left. Inhale, reverse one by squeezing those glutes to come up. Exhale, coming to our chair. Inhale, coming up, squeezing those glutes again. And exhale, forward fold. Taking a moment here to just release and hang, maybe walking those feet out just a little bit. Maybe swaying side to side or soft knees. And as we're ready, we'll slowly work our way up to a standing position. Hopefully we're all doing okay. You made it through warriors. That's always great. And now we're going to get ready to move into balance. If you are on a hardwood floor or maybe a tile floor and you choose to do this off your mat, you're more than welcome to do so. Today's balance pose is going to be tree. So I'm going to face you for this. I'm going to put all of my weight into my right leg. So just do what I say and not necessarily what you see, because I think I'm opposite of you guys. So all of my weight is in my right leg. And I'm going to turn my toes to the side, kind of finding that 45-degree angle again. We're standing really tall, engaging that core. So as we stack our head all the way down, pushing through that right foot. Hands can start at heart center. And we're going to bring our left foot up to our trunk. Maybe it's low, maybe it's high. We're just going to make sure we're not putting any direct pressure on our knee joint. So you come high, make sure you're above. So working that core nice and strong. And I suggest finding a fixed point about 3 to 4 feet in front of you. So for me, that's a nice carpet stain. And when we're ready, we can inhale and grow, lengthening those arms to open up into our tree. Whatever shape or form it may take. And for some of us, it might be a little windy today. Staying strong, focusing on that breath. We feel like we're having some good success. Maybe challenging ourselves by trying to close those eyes, continue to balance. With an exhale, we'll bring those arms in, release that leg, and go ahead and shake it out. All right, we did one side, so we have to even it out and do the other. And you might find that you have better success on one side a little bit more than the other. So this time we're going to put all of our weight into our left leg, turning the right toes out to the side. As we did before, arms starting at heart center, activating that core, standing tall from head through the foot. And when we're ready, bringing that right foot to our leg. Again, we can be low or high. And finding that fixed point to look at. Keeping those hips strong, watch them not sinking into our hips. We're staying nice and tall. And when we're ready, we can inhale and grow the branches of our tree. Maybe choosing to close those eyes for an extra challenge. And with an exhale, bringing those hands together, releasing it through, shaking it out. Hopefully you all did okay. I could tell one side was a little bit better for me. We have a few more minutes left, so we're just going to stretch it out and then move into that final resting pose. So from where we are, let's bring those feet hip distance apart again. Inhale up and exhale forward fold. Take a moment here to release and hang. As we're ready, let's step back to our downward dog. Maybe just need to pedal out those heels again or bend those knees, creating more length into the spine. We're going to inhale, reaching that right leg up towards the ceiling as we've done before. And exhale, bringing that knee towards the chest. We're going to drop that knee behind our right wrist, moving down into a hip. So working to stay centered in our hips. We're not going over to our butt cheek or onto our left hip. Nice in the middle. Choose to stay here, maybe stretch a little bit more to our left hip flexor. Or for most of us who like to fold over to the elbows, letting that head hang onto the hands or a block, taking that stretch into our glutes. Now as we start to slow down and move deeper into those stretches, really focusing on that breath. Nice big inhale and exhale. Going back up to our hands if we're not already there, tucking our left toes. Big exhale, stepping back to our downward dog. And time for the left leg. Inhale, reaching up, finding our three-legged dog. Exhale, bringing the knee to the chest and dropping that knee behind the left wrist. Lowering down, staying centered in those hips. Again, we can choose to stay high, taking that stretch into our hip flexor. Or maybe choosing to fold over to the elbows or a block, taking that stretch a little bit more into the glutes. Continuing to breathe here, allowing the body to relax. From here, we're going to come back up to our hands. And this time, we're just going to fall over to that left butt cheek, bringing the legs around, meeting in a nice butterfly pose. Soles of the feet are together, about a foot in front of us. Sitting nice and tall, grabbing those ankles. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reaching the crown of the head forward, hinging from the hips. Maybe using the elbows to gently press into the legs, increasing that stretch to our inner thighs. Bringing the knees together and extending the legs out in front of us. Sitting nice and high on our sit bones, so maybe moving some cushion out of the way. Flexing our feet. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, forward fold. We're able to reach our feet, working to grab around the outsides of those feet. Pull the stretch on the back side of our legs. Releasing here, exhale, maybe shaking those legs out for a moment. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, forward fold. Reaching for maybe it's your knees, your shins, ankles, or feet. And rolling it up, shaking out those legs. We're going to make our way down to our backs again. Slowly rolling it down, bringing our knees to our chest. Maybe rock a little side to side. Gently massaging that spine one more time. Our last stretch for tonight is going to be happy baby flex. Wrapping our hands around the outsides of our feet. We're going to think of plugging our knees towards our armpits. Again, we can choose to rock side to side. Maybe we're working straight in one at a time. Take a few moments to be playful and childlike. Continuing to breathe. With an exhale, release. Moving into our final resting pose. Legs extend out in front of us. Hands come out to the sides, palms facing up towards the ceiling. We have another restful position that we would prefer to be in, maybe such as child's pose or legs more than welcome to move ourselves into that position. Here, we're just going to allow our body to relax. Maybe closing our eyes and bringing our attention back to the breath. Inhale and exhale. haven't already done so, maybe closing our eyes. Feeling our stomach rise and fall. Our body heavy on our mat. It's here in Shavasana, our final resting pose. So we can feel the full benefits of today's connection between our mind, our body, and our breath. It is quite natural for our mind to begin to wander with thoughts. There's nothing wrong with that. We can acknowledge that they're there and working not to attach any emotion or feeling to them, just seeing them right before our mind's eye. And we're just going to let them float on by, like a cloud floating by in the sky, just passing along. If we'd like, we can bring ourselves back to the intention that we set at the beginning of today's class. That word or feeling that we had for ourselves, our practice, for someone else, or maybe for the world. And when we're ready, we can release that intention out into the world, letting it do what work needs to be done. Continue to feel that breath rise and fall. Deeper and deeper in relaxation. As we're ready, we can start to deepen our breath, bringing awareness back to ourselves. Maybe starting to wiggle the fingers or the toes, gently waking ourselves up. If we'd like, we can roll the wrists and the ankles, inviting some movement and blood flow back into our body. When we're ready, we can inhale, reaching overhead, taking a total body stretch. And exhale, bringing the knees to the chest. A moment to give ourselves a hug. And take this moment to say thank you to yourself for stepping onto your mat or into your space of practice this evening. And when you're ready, you can make your way up to a seated position. Coming into a seated easy pose. We'll finish out today's class. We inhale, reaching our arms overhead. And exhale, bringing those hands to our center. Bowing our heads to our hearts. I honor the light and love that is in both you and me. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining us live tonight for Gentle Yoga. Tomorrow we have a stretch break at 10:45 and meditation at 1. If you haven't already checked out our cover photo, you can see the list of classes that we have virtually all the way April into the beginning of May. And as always, we're here for you for questions, so feel free to message us or reach out to us on email. Have a great night.